Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to Post Credit Chat. In this episode, Sam and I are going to be reviewing The Incredible Hulk. As you know, we are every Monday reviewing one Marvel movie leading up to Doomsday releasing in December. This is going to be a very exciting project for us. It's going to keep us busy this year in 2026, that's for sure.
Ooh, I'm excited. We got some serious movies to get through, man.
And that's not on top of all the other stuff we've got coming as well. We've got some games coming out this year, shows, movies. So there's a lot for us to cover. But the MCU is a kind of like a dream project almost, I think, for us. So this is going to be fun and exciting, and we're going to revisit some Marvel projects that we might have different perspectives on. We might
Yeah.
remember differently. So this is going to be exciting to say the least, I should say. Last week we reviewed in the first Iron Man movie. Started
Mhm.
off with Iron Man. We are at the same thing with the Incredible Hulk. With the Incredible Hulk, I can't remember actually. It probably is fine. Let me pull this up. Is this? Yes. Okay, cool. Let's just jump into it. How about that?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Um, but just so you know, if you're wanting to follow us on all of our socials, you can find us on Instagram, TikTok, BlueSky, X, and YouTube, all at the handle of Post Credit Chat. My name is Mark. This is Sam. And here we are. I'm probably repeating myself. I'll make a little marker and I'll go edit that out. So we'll
Yeah,
be good.
yeah. And then forget you had the marker and don't edit it out, and then people had to listen to this.
Do I do that? I probably do that quite
No,
often.
I know for a fact that I did it a while back,
Did you?
actually. And one of the D&D videos, there was like I was listening to it because I was like, trying to get those watch hours, and I was like, wait a minute, that that was not supposed to stay in there.
I kind of want to leave it now because now there's this great monologue going. So I'm here for it. Let's talk about The Incredible Hulk.
Let's talk about it, man.
This movie is the second lineup in the Avengers, or sorry, not the Avengers. This movie is the second release in the MCU.
Yeah.
First having Iron Man and then jumping into The Incredible Hulk. We have Iron Man show up in the post-credit scene, which we will talk about. But this movie was directed by Louis Leterrier. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I apologize, but I'm going to say it with confidence. Prior to The Incredible Hulk, he directed The Transporter 1 and 2. I know those movies.
Yeah.
I've never seen those movies.
Oh, they're pretty good.
Are they?
Yeah.
Anything with Jason Statham, I like him as an actor. I just
Yeah.
coincidentally have not really seen a whole lot of his projects.
Well,
So
he's the same. He plays the same character in every movie he's in. So
that might be what it is. And there's a movie coming out in a couple of weeks. I can't remember what it is, that it's the same thing. He's this guy who's alone. He's a badass. And then
Yep.
there's someone who gets kidnapped and the worker's like, hey, my daughter, you need to go get her. It's like, I'm out, man. I don't do this anymore. And then he goes and gets her and, anyways. So
yeah. And that's him.
He also directed another movie called Unleashed, which had Jet Li in it. And really before The Incredible Hulk, those were really his big projects. He didn't have a whole lot more that I would consider to be bigger than those three movies, I would say. After The Incredible Hulk, he had a lot more that he did, but some of the standouts were Clash of the Titans. I didn't see that movie. Now You See Me. I also didn't see this movie.
Ooh.
And then Fast X.
Oh.
I didn't see that.
Now You See Me is a good movie. Fast X is it's a Fast and Furious movie.
Yeah.
That's all I need to say.
It's a Fast and Furious movie. It's kind of like that fast food restaurant for whatever it might be for you. Like, it's never going to be like so amazing that it's hitting that point of life-giving.
Yeah.
But it's always going to be enough for you to just kind of walk away feeling like, that was more of what I've
that's
had
what I
before, and I
wanted.
was okay with it.
Yeah, it's like I went for, it's like going to McDonald's, I think. It's like,
Yeah.
I went here for a Big Mac. I got my Big Mac. Great.
Yeah. There you go. Let's chat a little bit more, I guess, about some of the fun facts that came from this. This movie, well, not a fun fact, it's a fact, but this movie released June 8th, 2008. So let me share this with you, Sam. So, The Incredible Hulk released June 8th, 2008.
Mhm.
The Iron Man movie released May 2nd, 2008. So, a month apart,
Yeah.
these movies were. Iron Man
That's
came
so
out, and then a month later, The Incredible Hulk.
yeah, that's crazy to me. Like, for some reason, when I think
Yes.
about The Incredible Hulk, I'm like, it's older than Iron Man,
Yeah.
even though it's not.
It's wild to think about because, well, I'm with you. I think that same way. And I think a lot of it's 2003 or 2004. I can't remember. There was another Hulk movie that released with Eric Bana, I believe, playing
Hmm.
um, the Hulk in that movie. I mean, that movie, I remember seeing it in theaters with my dad. It was nothing to go home and brag about. But when The Incredible Hulk came out, I was so little and I just assumed, like, oh, this is a sequel to that
Uh,
movie. And no, it's not. This is a whole other universe of the Hulk.
yeah.
Um, this movie had a budget of $150 million. It grossed um, worldwide $265 million. So
Dang.
this
Okay.
was, I don't know what you would consider to be a success and not. I mean, they, I would assume that making just 100 million more than what your budget was probably not what they wanted. But again, I mean, that might be great. So
Yeah.
it's not what I would assume they were probably aiming for
Yeah. Well, this is
worldwide.
2008 too. So like that might have meant a little more
Yeah,
than it did or than it would now.
that's fair. And Marvel was not the status it was
Not at all.
then than it is now.
Like
So
not even close.
yeah, that's very fair. Um, let's see here. This movie, we've got Edward Norton playing Bruce Banner. We've got Liv Tyler as Betty Ross. We've got Tim Roth as Emil Blonsky. William Hurt, rest in peace, as General Thunderbolt Ross. We have Tim Blake Nelson as Samuel Stearns. He is we see him reprise his role later on in Captain America. Uh, what's that movie called? Brave New
Winter
World.
Soldier. Oh,
Captain America: Brave New World.
I didn't.
You didn't see it, Sam? Well, guess what? We're doing a rewatch of all the MCU
Yeah,
movies.
I'm rewatching Brave New World.
Well, that's fair. I will be doing a rewatch of that movie. You will be doing a watch of
Yeah,
it.
I just admitted that.
We also have Ty Burrell in this playing Leonard, who is Betty Ross's boyfriend in this, who's Phil Dunphy in Modern Family,
Yeah,
which is a great show. That is what kind of threw me off in this, not gonna lie, even though he was Ty in this long before than he was in Modern Family, but still cool to see him in this. This movie, I think, has a lot of different aspects that make people question what I'm saying probably the general audience probably questions what the aim was for this movie.
yeah.
Um, but I just want to kind of ask you, and after saying what I probably should have held off to after I asked you this, but what is your thoughts on the Incredible Hulk? Where are you at with it?
You know, I feel like the way I was talking about it before we started filming, you're probably going to assume that I hated it. I just think it was very average. It like, and I think that there's a good chance that my opinion is affected by like the direction the MCU took after this. But I don't really think it did too much for me watching it at like this point. Um, Trying to look at it like without the bias of watching the rest of the MCU, it's like I think that for when it was made and for what it is, I think it's pretty good. But right now, to me, it's pretty mid. Like it's
Okay.
average.
I don't think, and we'll get to this later on. I don't think this is better than Iron Man by any means. I think Iron Man is
Yeah,
just they're not even in the same category. However,
right.
I did enjoy this rewatch more than I remember the movie, more than I
Mhm.
remember liking or not liking the movie back when I originally watched it. In all of these MCU movies, I've seen them all a few different times, and I can't remember the last time I watched The Incredible Hulk, but it has been years, I will say. And watching it or rewatching it this time, I will say I think I did enjoy it more than I had previously.
Yeah.
I think part of that is due to Mark Ruffalo's Hulk that we're getting now in Avengers. I just have never been a huge fan of that portrayal of the Hulk.
Yeah.
That's not all having to do with Mark Ruffalo. A lot of that has to do with the writers. I think a lot of people assume like writers like the impact that the writers have on a character is astronomical. Like
Yes.
and I don't know that I don't think the Hulk has been given the nod that he should have been given. Um
Hmm.
but so with all that being said, I actually did enjoy this rewatch, but that is with a big asterisk of like I enjoyed this, but we have way more Marvel movies that we're about to watch. And so
Yes.
where this is going to rank with all the others, it'll be interesting.
Yeah. Before
Um,
we get too far ahead of it, I
yeah.
do want to say, like, talking about kind of Mark Ruffalo and all that, I think that I like it's Edward Norton. Is that his name?
Yep.
I do think I like him better as Bruce Banner
Yes.
by
That
like a significant amount.
and I'm with you. I think that's my consensus on it as well. I think he is definitely better than Mark Ruffalo. And
Yes.
part of this is having to do I grew up watching the um old Hulk TV show growing up. My dad, I mean, let me see if I can find a quick, um, from, yeah, the 70s into early 80s. So it started in 1977 and ended in 1982. I grew up, I mean, born in 91, but my dad was showing me these shows as I was growing up, and I loved them. I thought Lou Ferrigno, he played the Hulk originally. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, Sam, but he's actually, if you remember a security guard at the beginning of this movie that Edward Norton gives a pizza to, I think is a pizza, that is Lou Ferrigno. He played the original Hulk in the 1970s show.
That's cool.
And
That's
so, yeah,
cool.
that was a cool little nod there. Um, but that show had an atmosphere to it and it had a tone that was very dark and grim and
Hmm.
not like the Hulk is somebody who is like, I've got this power. I'm going to go save everybody. And I'm not saying that's what Mark Ruffalo's is, but
Uh,
his is more of like, it's very, I'm going to say something Disneyified. I'll say
yeah.
that. And Edward Norton's Hulk is more on the tone of Lou Ferrigno's in the 1970 show. And I love that. I think it's so cool to watch it. And the whole time, I never got bored in this movie. But again, I say that in a sense of this movie has to be compared to all these other Marvel movies. So
Right. Yeah. Kind of. I guess. Gosh, I totally lost what I was saying or what I was thinking.
you're
Um.
good.
No, yeah, about like the darkness, like how grim things are. I really do miss the early Marvel movies that were like more mature, I guess. Cause like the Hulk and Bruce Banner, those characterizations are very important. And I think that we lost a lot of that in the MCU. And then when we did get a little bit more of it, kind of with She Hulk, it's like made fun of. It's like, well, you have this character that is like very burdened,
Hmm.
and you just kind of say, no, no, you're fine. Or like, no, I've struggled more than you have. It's like, ugh, you have so much that you can do with Bruce Banner that you just haven't done. And I
Yes.
think the Incredible Hulk, like this movie, did more for Bruce Banner and like the Hulk than maybe the rest of the MCU has.
Yes. I think I would agree with that. Completely. I do want to go back for a few seconds. There's another
Yeah.
gentleman called Bill Bixby.
Hmm.
He actually plays Bruce Banner in that show. that the old Hulk
Oh.
TV show. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he plays Bruce Banner, but Lou Ferrigno played the Hulk because Lou Ferrigno was just huge and jacked. And I can't remember if he was a bodybuilder or what, but they had somebody play the human version of Bruce and then the Hulk version of Hulk. So,
Mhm.
um, anyways, that I thought that was a really cool little nod there. So, um, when we look at this, what were some things you liked and some things that you didn't like for this movie?
Kinda like I was saying before, I really do like, how they characterize Bruce Banner and the Hulk. Um, we'll get to it in a little bit. I did like the post-credit scene.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yep.
And I think, like, the ending, it was maybe a little bit more of a and this is why I wish they kept Edward Norton. Um, but, like, the way that he played Bruce, and, like, kind of at the end, it's like, he's learning to control, you know, the Hulk. And then they, like, kinda backtrack. So this is a double-edged sword for me. I like what they did with him at the end of this movie, and then I don't like how they, had to take steps backwards when they brought Mark Ruffalo in and, like, talking about his character.
Right.
Um, more stuff I don't like. Abomination was kinda weird. Um, I thought, like, he did the job, but I thought that it left a lot, like, to be desired, I think.
Yes.
He, like, did the job of being the villain of the movie, but he was really nothing more than, like, you know, the military made this guy and it went poorly. And it's like that's a little more shallow, I guess, than I would have preferred.
Yeah, I think his writing was a little corny through it.
Mhm.
Um, I did enjoy him in this more than I enjoyed him in She-Hulk, and I think that goes
Yeah.
without saying. Like,
Yeah.
She-Hulk just
That show should not exist. Everything it did was like a joke.
right, and we are reviewing all of the MCU projects, movies, but we are not reviewing the MCU
Yeah.
shows, and so but we'll go ahead and spoil and say that we just didn't
Yeah.
enjoy
We don't need a
She-Hulk.
review for that. I honestly wouldn't even wanna watch it for a review. Like, I watched it the first time, I'm like, "This was"
Well, what are the kids saying these days? Uh, buns. It's
Yes.
buns, if if you will. Um, but anyways, yeah, I agree with you. I thought his character, Abomination, was kinda corny. I at the end, I liked him more at the beginning, but near the end, it turned out to just be like, "Hey, we need a monster fight.
Yes.
Can we get somebody in here?" And that's kinda what that was. And
Yeah.
it was over.
And I think that that's, like, just part of the time that this came from too, because it's like, to get people on board with a superhero movie, you gotta just have it be action-packed. You don't have time to really make the villain, like, sympathetic or even a character, really. It's like, these people wanna see 2 brutes, like, fight it out, and
Yeah.
that's what we were handed.
Think about, like, for me, something I get really annoyed with superhero movies is this doesn't happen with every movie, but for the most part, I think, I get really annoyed with, like, the villain matching up to the hero. So, for instance, in Iron Man 1, we have Tony Stark in his iron suit.
Mhm.
Well, who does he go against? Uh, Another smart guy in an iron suit, right?
Yeah.
In
Hmm.
The Incredible Hulk goes against another Hulk, the
Yeah.
Abomination.
I didn't really think about that. Like
It's always annoyed me. In Captain America, he's a super soldier that goes against, theoretically, just another super soldier.
yeah.
Let me think of other ones, if I can, I guess, like, um, I mean, but you got, like, movies like Guardians of the Galaxy where they go against a god,
Yeah.
and that's cool, like, that's different. And even Spider-Man, like, he's this super strength character, so you look at him going against someone like Vulture in Homecoming, he's not. But, I mean, it's just something that I've always caught on, and I think it's overdone. In Iron Man 2, you have, Iron Man and War Machine going against other, like, Iron Bot like characters. It just
Yeah.
kind of felt cheap. Um, and so yeah, that's kind of always annoyed me, and it really sticks out here in Iron Man 1 and in the Incredible Hulk. I just it kind of bleeds, and I don't like that.
Yeah, that's totally fair. I didn't really think about that until you mentioned it, but, like, yeah, Iron Man and Hulk, especially coming out, like, this close to each other,
Right.
those are very similar endings.
They are. Yeah, exactly. Um, I think for me, some of the pacing probably
Hmm,
felt off in this movie. There's, like, one part where and I'm not gonna be able to remember exactly what it was, but there's, like, one part where Bruce is on the run with, oh gosh, Liv Tyler's character. Sorry, 2 seconds. He's on the run with Betty, is that right? Betty Ross? Yes, it
mhm.
is. And General Thunderbolt Ross and Major Kathleen Spar, they are like, "Okay, we're gonna find them. The next thing they do, we'll find them." And it probably wasn't even 5 seconds later. It may not have even been 3. Like, on Major Kathleen Spar's computer, like, they track everything to, uh, Mr. Blue, Samuel Stern's character.
Yeah.
And so, it just felt like that was a little rushed. Here's a fun fact. So, this movie was written by a guy named Zach Penn. However, it has been cited by a few different sources, not like news outlets, although they have covered this, but people on set have said Edward Norton actually rewrote the script, and he was even rewriting the script on, like, the days of shooting. And so I
Oh,
thought that was a really fun fact that he came in and was like, "This isn't how it should be," and he rewrote it. I'm not saying that's good or bad. Like, I'd be interested to see what Zach Penn did, but
yeah.
assuming what we got was from Edward Norton, that's where a lot of this drama kinda came from, is that Edward Norton and what was it, Paramount at that time just didn't see eye to eye, and so that's why they got rid of Edward Norton and Disney brought in Mark Ruffalo.
Hmm,
Um, but I agree with what you said earlier. I do like Edward Norton as the Hulk. I think when you look at this character who a lot of people see the Hulk and they're like, he's so strong, or, if you could play him in a video game like Marvel Rivals, like, I'm playing the Hulk, I'm gonna go in
yeah.
there and wreck. But really, that's never been his thought process in the Incredible Hulk 2008 movie. It's more of, I have this demon and this is painful, and we need to destroy my blood samples because you have no idea what this
Yes.
has what the hurt has brought into my life. And so he's this guy who is suffering and views the Hulk as not a gift, but as something that is a cripple, or a handicap in his life.
Yes.
And I love that
Yeah,
aspect, and I
it's
think that
so
Hulk
good.
does such a good job of doing that.
I agree. As we're talking about this, I'm realizing that, like, I do like this movie more than I think I give credit for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was like. I'm excited to chat with you about it because I think, you know, there is a level of respect for these old movies. I'm not saying you didn't have that. I'm just saying I think as a whole, when we're watching MCU or people talk about the MCU, I mean, we just got out of another podcast we just recorded
Yeah.
where everyone was just pooping on this movie, right? And so
Mhm.
I think a lot of people probably, when you look at what yes went into it, but also, like, there's a difference for what you want out of a movie and what the movie was trying to deliver, and if you can
Yeah.
understand what the movie was trying to deliver and then say like, "Okay, that makes sense," then yeah, it might change your outlook on it a little bit. And so I do think the Incredible Hulk is like, again, I mean, there are some bangers that will absolutely go before this movie, but I do think, this movie probably has earned some respect where even myself, I've not given it, before in the
I'm
past.
with you. Absolutely.
Yeah. Um, well, I think let's talk a little bit about casting. Edward Norton
Yeah,
did a
let's do
great
it.
job as Hulk. We know that. Um, or even more so as his portrayal of Bruce Banner. I thought that was really
Yeah.
cool. Let me see here. We've got Liv Tyler as Betty Ross. I've Liv Tyler has never been somebody for me who I've been, you know, like very much to say like she's a great actress. Like I'm sure like she does good in this, but like even in Lord of the Rings um with her playing Eowyn, like she
Oh,
did a
yeah.
good job, but I've never thought of her as like she is amazing.
Yeah.
She was just kind of mediocre for me. She's very like soft spoken, and I think that's very good for her character in this, especially Lord of the Rings. But again, for me, it's just never been something that stood out. Um, Tim Roth playing Emil Blonsky, I th- he's the only character that has played Abomination. So
Hmm.
uh, he is somebody I will say I think we could have probably gotten a few other people to play this guy, and they would have been just as good. I don't know who those people would have been. I have no names on the forefront of my mind where I'm like, hey, we should have maybe considered this guy instead. I'm just saying he's not somebody in this lineup where I'm like, he was great.
Yeah.
I think the best casting in this movie was General Thunderbolt Ross. We see him in this movie. William Hurt is the actor, but he goes on to be in the MCU a few different times, and it is just amazing. I think his portrayal of that is great. And then sadly, he did pass away, I think, in 2022. And then Harrison
Yeah.
Ford came in to play his character in Captain America: Brave New World.
Mhm.
Um, so I think for me, out of everybody, he's probably my favorite casting in this movie. He did a great job.
Yeah, I agree. I think outside of William Hurt and, Edward Norton, the rest of the cast was kinda, like, fine.
Yeah.
Like, okay. But those 2, yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, I agree. Well, do you have any other closing thoughts before we move on to our ranking?
No, no, I think I've said everything I wanna say. Yeah, let's go ahead and rank it.
Okay. So one thing we didn't do last week, and I can't believe we didn't do this, but I mean, it wouldn't have mattered anyways. But for everyone who's joining us on this podcast, know that we are ranking the post-credit scenes. It is fitting because we're post-credit chat. We're ranking those. We're also ranking the villains, but we also got to rank the movies. So I think it'll be kind of fun to
Yeah.
see if you and I can. I mean, not that if I mean, kind of like what we did for our ranking of Stranger Things with the characters. I think we have to agree on it, right? Or should we make our own ranking? I think we should just make one
Ooh,
concise ranking. I
yeah.
think that'd be fun because we already have 3 rankings, so it'd be good to keep it
Consistent. Yeah, yeah,
consistent. So and it'll be fun to kind of argue with one another and see what we think. So
yeah.
let's start with the ranking of the movie. We didn't do that last week, but again, it wouldn't matter because we only have one movie.
Iron
So
Man.
Iron
Yeah.
Man. Do you think Iron Man should be first or second, or should
N
The Incredible Hulk be first
Listen,
or second?
unfortunately, I think Iron Man is gonna be hard to beat, man.
Yeah,
At least with these early movies, like,
yeah,
come on.
I'm with you.
I liked this movie, but it's Iron Man.
It's fantastic. It came out a month before, and they just nailed it. They
Yes.
the return on that movie was just well praised, and so
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Um, so I do think Iron Man and then The Incredible Hulk,
Yes.
and that will probably continue to change as we keep moving forward. Um, Let me ask you. Let's jump into the post credit scene ranking.
Yeah.
But will you give us like a little run through of what the post credit scene was? And
Yeah.
fun fact, this really wasn't a post credit scene. Like there
Yeah.
isn't a post credit scene in this movie. I don't think is there
It isn't, but there kind of is. It was set up a little bit weird.
because it kind of yeah. I don't think there's a post credit scene. It just the movie ends and then shows 31 days later and it shows Thunderbolt Ross at a bar.
Yeah. And then, like, Tony Stark is there,
Yep.
and he's like, "Oh, we're building the Avengers."
Correct.
I don't, and Ross was like kind of pissed about it, but
It's interesting. Oh my gosh. Okay. Um, where are you at with this post credit? Do you like it better than what we had, or do you like this better?
I do like this.
With Iron Man, sorry. I said with
Uh,
what we had. Gotta compare. We
yeah,
had
yeah,
Iron
yeah.
Man's post credit with Samuel Jackson, and now we have this.
I do like this post credit scene. Um, I think that my issue is like with ranking this one is Iron Man is so iconic.
Yeah.
This one, because the movie wasn't received as well, is less iconic. But I do like seeing Tony Stark, like the confirmation that yeah, he's in for it, and he's part of the building of this team.
Yep.
So I don't know. To me, those two could. If I sorry, and this is so long winded. If Iron Man's wasn't so iconic, they'd be like on par with each other. But I think it's worse than Iron Man's just because of how like Iron Man's like pushed everything forward.
Yeah. I think I'm with you as well on that. But I also think like from the moment the post credit scene goes for Iron Man, Samuel L. Jackson just
Yeah,
nails
that's
it
true.
uh, as Nick Fury. And so I immediately I was like, heck yes, I want more of this.
Yeah,
Let's go.
it's like not even fair,
It's
honestly.
it's not. Yeah. And so I do agree. So I think ranking Iron Man's post credit scene first and then, the Incredible Hulk
Yeah.
second just makes sense.
Yep.
And then last we've got our villain. So we've got Obadiah Stane for Iron Man
Hmm.
1, and then we've got Abomination for Incredible Hulk. I'll I'll say for me, I don't know that I loved either of these like as end villains, but as far as just the journey through the movie, I think I enjoyed Obadiah Stane more.
Really?
I don't know that like there's just again some writing that was made on the behind the scenes for Abomination's character that it was hard for me to get behind. Like he was this military guy who was out and he was brought back in to go hunt down the
Yeah.
Hulk, and he's like, you know, is he a fighter? And he goes and fights him, and then I don't know why Jason Statham is fighting the Hulk, but
You were doing it earlier. It's in the
yeah,
brain, you know.
he's just got it's Jason Statham accent anyway. So and then he gets owned by the Hulk, and then Thunderbolt Ross gets to go check on him after he's recovered from that fight, and he's like, "How you feeling?" He's like a monster, and I'm like, okay, like you really he didn't do a lot for me.
Yeah,
There's not a lot of good character development for him throughout this movie. So
I'm
that's
with
why I'm
you.
like, Obadiah Stane was integrated and made it known like I don't want Tony in this, but I'm doing it more so behind the scenes, and they did a good job of making that right out, I thought.
That's fair. And to me, yeah, both of these villains are so like two-dimensional to me, or like one dimension. They just both kind of fall flat. Um, I kind of I want to lean towards Abomination just because
Mm,
I like his villain design and like the fight's kind of cool. To me, the final fight of Iron Man doesn't really
yeah.
scratch that itch for me. This one like slightly does just because it's like two beefy dudes kind of wailing on each other. That's you know.
There's a lot of beef getting wailed around.
God. Yes. Yeah. So I think I could be swayed either way, but I think I prefer Abomination.
Well, I
Again, I'm
think you
not
bring
too
up a good
picky.
point. We should decide this, I guess. Are we ranking for the villain as a whole or just based on the fight?
Well, here's the issue. We get to like Ultron, and it's like I don't want to base that on the final fight. I want to base it on who Ultron is, you know?
Yeah, I think that's a great point. So I think it should just be as a whole,
Yeah, I agree.
so when you look at both of these villains, Sam, who do you Who did you enjoy as a villain more?
Ah, I think I would overall, I'd go with Obadiah Stane just because 1, he's more of a character, uh, 2, it's the Iron Man movie, so he just it feels like it clicks a little bit better, I guess.
I'm here for it. I agree with you.
Alright.
I do think he's a better option
Yeah.
as the villain. So,
Again, like, this not to spoil our future rankings, I don't see these 2 making it much higher than they are like, as new movies come in, I think they're just
yeah.
gonna drop.
Well, I could see some going way below them, though.
Way below them?
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Oh, yeah. I think of, I can't even remember their names, but the villains in The Marvels, the
oh,
that
yeah.
villain,
Yeah.
and then yeah, I don't know, there might be more. I probably made it sound like there was a ton, but I can't remember specifically, but
Yeah. My
definitely I know.
worry, and this is like literally a year from now, we'll be talking about this. My worry is for like our top threes. Cause like in my head, like I know who I want in my tops, and I'm like, there's just no way that we agree.
What? I don't know that you and I are gonna
There's one I don't think that you'll have up there.
should we go ahead and guess our top 3 now and see
Yeah.
if we
Yeah,
we
yeah, yeah.
change?
That'd be cool.
So why don't we do 1 each and we'll keep going.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can start us off.
Okay. Someone I'm very confident that I'm gonna have in my top 3 is going to be Loki.
Oh, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. I have a hard time with Loki being a villain, but you're right. Like he's
Yeah,
good. He's
he's great.
good.
Alright, you go.
Yeah. 100% my top 3 is the High Evolutionary from Guardians 3.
Yeah, okay, okay.
I think that's one of my more like hot take ones for being in the top 3, but dude, holy crap, that's just like evil. That is
N
what he is.
I agree with you. I think he's a great character. I don't know that I'd have him as my top 3,
Yeah.
but that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay. I'm trying to see if I can just look at all of the villains real quick and just
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Cheat.
no, not cheat, but just make sure I'm, like, doing this justice.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like a wimp for saying this next one. Can I go and say one for both of us? Is Thanos has gotta be up there. I mean,
It I
he
struggle with Thanos.
really?
I do. I think God, I think he's a good villain. I do, but it feels like a cop out to have him in my top 3, you know? It's like,
It does
"Oh,
feel
you're
like a
just
cop
picking
out,
Thanos because he's the big bad of
but he's
like Phase 3."
obviously so good. Like,
Yeah. Oh,
Josh Brolin did a great job as Thanos. So,
yeah.
um, oh, I think this is gonna be harder than because I just watched Far From Home the other day and I loved Mysterio.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
I loved Mysterio as a villain. I thought it was awesome. Okay, my next one. All right, I'm probably gonna take one from you. James Spader,
Yeah. That's just like
Ultron.
yeah.
It's great.
I don't even know how you he is in contest for my top 1, like my
Yeah,
favorite. He's so good.
he is good.
James Spader, I think to be fair, James Spader made the role too. Like Ultron was
Yeah,
written well, but the voice is insane.
he he did a great job
Yeah.
with it. His voice just goes with that character so well.
Yes.
All right,
Uh,
who's your next?
I'm not allowed to pick the same as you. Is that how we're doing this?
No, go for it.
Oh,
Yeah,
then yeah, it's Ultron. Like,
yeah.
yeah, that I don't even need to say anything more.
That's
It's
why I was
just
saying Thanos earlier because I was like, he's probably just gonna be there for both of us. I would assume, but
yeah.
it sounds like he may not be
Actually,
for you.
I think I know who might beat out Thanos. It'll change maybe when we watch it again,
I think
but
I know who you're gonna pick.
okay, okay.
Is it Killmonger?
No, it's not.
Oh, Who is it?
Well, you go ahead. It's your turn.
Well, I think I said mine because I
Oh.
do think Loki, Thanos, and
Oh, okay.
Ultron
Okay.
are up
Okay.
there. If I had to give an honorary mention, um, it'd be to oh, hold on, Civil War. The
Yes.
is that
Yes.
for yours?
That is. Yes.
Okay, what's his name?
It's like Helmet Zemo or Zero, something like that. I think it's Helmet Zemo or Baron Zemo.
Baron Zemo. Yeah,
Yeah.
Baron Helmut Zemo.
Helmet. Yeah. Helmet.
Um, but yeah, I think like
Yeah.
he was done really dirty in Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
Oh,
That
well, I don't know yet.
you didn't watch it?
We just talked about this. Wait, what did you just say? Did you say Brave New World?
No,
Am I
the
stupid?
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I'm sorry.
The show.
That's what I kinda thought you were talking about, the show.
Gotcha.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Um,
Yeah,
he was done really dirty in that,
very
but
much so.
in Civil War, he's really good.
Yes.
I don't know. Now this is so hard. We're gonna have some disagreements for
Yeah.
sure, which
You
I'm
know,
excited for.
who would be if I this would be fun. We don't need to talk about this now because 'cause we're going over time, stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
wanna talk about, like, if we were talking about the comic versions of villains in these movies, because like, Gore, if he wasn't done, like, trash in the movie he was
Yeah.
in, like, he would be so far up my list.
He should be a
But
top 10.
but he's
Easy.
so garbage in Love
Right.
and Thunder. It's just not even fair.
It's not Christian Bale's fault. That has
Not
got
at
Taika
all. Oh
Waititi
my gosh.
all over it.
It does. 100%.
Yep. Well, we'll we're obviously very excited for this, and so
Yes.
this is going to be cool as time goes on. If you're joining us for the first time and you're just watched the Incredible Hulk review, just know we do have our Iron Man review up on the YouTube channel at youtube.com/postcredit chat. Join us as every single Monday we'll be uploading a new movie for us to review. It just so happens on this Monday we are getting Iron Man and Incredible Hulk up at the same time. The next movie we have up on the list, isn't it Iron Man 2, I
I think
think?
so. Yeah. Oh,
Which
we had this discussion last week. It's
oh,
either
it is.
Captain America or Iron Man 2. Okay.
No, it's Iron Man 2. Yep,
Nice.
and then Thor,
Oh, uh,
and then Captain America.
yeah, yeah. There we go. There we go.
So make sure you hit the subscribe button, like this video, just so you, and hit the ring bell notification. That way you can know when we upload our Iron Man 2 review on next Monday. We have so much more fun content for you guys to watch. We cover games, movies, shows, and we even do a little bit of D&D from time to time. So go get your fill. Plenty of hours for you guys to just get lost in our channel. We'd really appreciate it. But you guys have a great day and take care.